Hello Hoarders, it's Jason back with you from the Thrift Store Horde right here on TRN TV. Hopefully you've been watching these quick hauls, and my pal Adam tearing it up at the garage sales. I mean, that Transformers bag, never find stuff like that around here at garage sales, anything like that. But what I have been finding lately at the thrift stores are books. I've found a ton of books. Not much really else lately, VHS wise, and you know, all the other little trinkets and stuff that we look for as we're going to the thrift store. But let me show off what I've found recently. A couple items outside of books to start. Of course, you know, Adam and I do the Wax Pack Flashback right here, and been posting some shorts. Hopefully you've seen those. We're going to be doing more of those, and we're going to get back into the show. Season 3 coming soon. Found a couple packs of Ty Beanie Babies trading cards. There you go, as I get the light off of there. Always on the lookout for trading cards, unopened trading cards that we can open for you. So that was fun. And then the only VHS find I have found recently was a nice clean copy of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the original movie from 1990. It's got some raised for the photo here, really nice, clean. It's the FHE copy of the movie. I don't know if that was, you know, what they originally released the video under, or if that came later. Just see the 1990 date on here, but did not have a nice clean copy of this. Now I do. I was excited about that. Okay, first up, found a couple collections of books. I'm not huge into collecting Muppet stuff, but when you see the Muppets characters, I show attention when I'm in the thrift stores. So I found a bunch of them. I've kind of sorted them between two, looks like two collections. The first is being just Jim Henson's Muppets, and these are kids' books, obviously. Different story writers, different illustrators in this series, as I've noticed, because I've got a bunch of them. So there's your Fozzie's Last Lap. You're talking about a book about not giving up, and each one has a different theme. Some have multiple characters, some are just based on one. There's Something Special, a book about love. Rolf's Big Test, a book about listening to your conscience. Flip Flap Flop, a book about self-esteem. There's a couple characters there. Nobody's Perfect, a book about making mistakes. Gonzo. The Wonderful Wagon, a book about cooperation. And if you look at these, they look like kind of like the Muppet Baby characters. And that's what caught my attention. I was like, oh, these are Muppet Babies books. And then I looked closer. Not all of them are. Kermit's Cleanup, book about imagination. The date on these back around 1992, 93, which surprised me for the Muppet Babies ones. The Trouble with Twins, book about jealousy. Fozzie Bear, Star Helper, book about responsibility. The Disaster on Wheels, a book about helping others. And finally, Win Some, Lose Some, a book about sportsmanship. All those were 49 cents a piece. So 3, 6, 9, 11 books in that series I got for 49 cents. And also mixed in were actually Muppet Babies branded books. These are for the smaller kids, obviously. Beans Boo Boo. Yeah, and most of them were in really good shape. Some do have some drawing in there, but the pictures are really vibrant, the illustrations, and was just very happy to see all these together. How about I Can Help? We'll go on this side this time. Baby Kermit's Opposites. Big Enough. Sleepy Time Ship. Another Big Enough. Didn't realize there was two in there. And Count With Me. So there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in the Muppet Babies collection, all for 50 cents a piece. I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick those up. Those will probably go up on eBay, as my library is about at its maximum capacity. Another one that I saw from 1983, so this is an earlier one. Got this one for $1 at Goodwill. Tale from the Care Bears. Caring is what counts. And again, this one's a nice clean copy. Lots of great illustrations. Looking at the illustrations in here, they look like early kind of drawings of the characters that look just a little bit off than what I remember in my limited access, or watching the movies and stuff from the mid 80s. The drawings are just a little bit off, so I was like, oh, must be an earlier book. And sure enough, 1983. Always on the look for these comic strip books, these old comic strip books. This one, 1967, Beetle Bailey Potato Fan Cakes. So these are just the what we would know as like the newspaper comic strips. I don't know if there's like a continuing story, or if these are just kind of like one-off or one page, maybe even looks like maybe 2 pages to complete the joke. So that was good. And I got a friend at work. She's huge into Archie, so anytime I see any Archie's Digest out there, this is a newer one. Number 334. So I'll give that to her. Now, there's another thrift store in town I have kind of a love-hate relationship with. I think a lot of their prices are kind of eBay range, so they're looking up this is what I went on eBay, and not necessarily looking to move product. But their books are all $1, so I'm always looking through their books. Sadly, I actually found 2 copies of this, put one back. This one was the cleanest one from 1983. Did not have the record. I wish it would have, though. But look at that. The Revenge of Skeletor. One of those book and record sets. And it's all black and white on the inside, but I might have to look for that record in particular over there on eBay to see if somebody's just selling that. I love me some Waldo. I will collect Waldo books, and I have a couple of the original ones, or early releases. I saw this one. This one looks like something that would have been earlier on. This is the ultimate fun book, though. Stickers, press outs, games, puzzles, endless pleasures and delights. This is probably from the 1990 is this one. But it still has all these fun little, what they call press outs in here. So you make almost like a 3D scene with Waldo and all his friends. You press them out, and then you move the little tabs to stand them up, and then there's a bunch of stickers in here. Oh yeah, there's some more press outs. Missing a couple of these little counters or pieces, I guess, to play some games, but still I thought, wow, that's so cool that I had never seen it with the inserts in there for stickers and press outs from back in the day. All right, I will find and buy and sell on eBay coloring books, vintage coloring books. There is a market for that, surprisingly. I stumbled across a box. I paid $25 for a box of coloring books I've mentioned on Thrift Store Horde before. Ended up selling most of them. I think I still have a few left for hundreds of dollars. Some as much as like $10 a piece. So anytime you see some vintage coloring books that are not colored in, or even just maybe a little bit of coloring, you can make some money in that. So this that's actually not a coloring book. This is just a storybook. The Chipmunks in Alvin's Big Ideas, a treasury of chipmunk story, based on the top-rated TV series. So there you go. This is nice. This is a color color illustrations in here. Still pretty vibrant. I had to pick that up because I was huge in Alvin and Chipmunks. Now back to the coloring books. So, got about 7 or 8 here. There's 2 for Christmas that were just kind of generic. These are from 1986 and 1989 for Christmas. Santa, Dots and Mazes. And, you know, sometimes these pages will be yellowed a little bit, but if you're collecting them, which apparently a lot of people are, that's not going to matter. And then here's another coloring book, Night Before Christmas story. So those are nice. Here's one for The Lion King from 1994. This is a color and activity book. Let's see. We'll do this one next. Man. You remember the paint with water books? So you have a little color, I'm just, you know, like this at the top, and then you dip your, take water and dip your paintbrush in there, and then you can color with it. I was not huge into this show. 1994 is when this was published. But I have watched episodes over the years from Hanna-Barbera. Johnny Quest. Yes. Paint with water. And look at the top. Oh. Hand over your heart, Kmart. Got the Kmart stickers on there. It was originally 99 cents. Can't tell what. Looks like maybe 59 cents on clearance. And then these just jumped right out at me. We did a recent podcast over there and Rediscover the 80s talking about Looney Tunes and how much we watched those back, you know, even in the 80s era and some of those specials. These just jumped out at me. We've got a Bugs Bunny coloring book. Look at that picture. This one is a little bit yellowed, as you can see on the cover, but a lot better on the inside. This one dated, I think back in the 80s, 86 was Bugs Bunny, and then a really big Looney Tunes coloring and activity book. Real thick. This one was at Walmart for $1 originally. That's what I paid for it. 1990 is that one. There are a few, some of the dots have been used in here, but oh gosh, all these old illustrations with the Looney Tunes characters jumped out at me. And then the final one, another coloring and activity book from 1990. I did not watch the show when it first came out. Have watched a few episodes over the years, but I know a lot of people have a bigger fandom for it. There's Tiny Toon Adventures. Yes. So, what is it? Babs and, oh man, Plucky, you know, there's some other characters in there. I can't remember because I didn't really watch the show, but Tiny Toons Adventures. So that's it. Lots of coloring books that will be going up on eBay, should you care to follow me. And all of those Muppet Babies and Muppets books, just amazing stuff to find, 50 cents a piece. And just looking through those illustrations brings back a lot of memories. So that's it for now. We'll catch you next time right here on TRN TV, and another quick haul for the Thrift Store Horde. Jason, we'll see you then.